Namaste and welcome to Alpha Mind Powers channel. When we talk about addiction, it is a problem with the mind. And generally what comes to our mind is something like alcohol or smoking or today drugs that has become common. So we think of all these things as addictions. But these are not the only addictions. When we say addiction, I'm not talking about good things. I'm talking about whatever is harmful to us. And here today there is one addiction which is all prevalent across ages, across gender, across anything that you can think about. Every human being seems to be addicted to this one thing, which is digital addiction. And when we say digital, it's not just laptops or iPads or phone. It is mainly, I'm talking about the phone. Because that is the one which is always with us. Some laptop also sometimes we don't open it, sometimes it's somewhere else, we are somewhere else. But phone is always with you. And in phone, I'm not talking about calls. We receive calls and we make calls. That is the purpose of the phone actually. That's the main purpose. So that is okay. We definitely have to talk to people. But I'm talking about social media. The addiction is more about social media. Because that is where a person completely gets involved and keeps almost drowning into it. And how do we know what happens when a person gets addicted? What happens is the person cannot be without the phone near him. Phone has to be in his hands or in his pocket, or he should be looking at it all the time. And for a little while, if he's not able to look at the phone, he becomes anxious. He starts feeling palpitations. Where's my phone? I must look at it. I must look at it. That kind of stress comes only when the person is addicted to social media on the phone. Another big symptom which tells us whether it is an addiction is when the person neglects his responsibilities, neglects playing his role properly because of this addiction. Recently there was a counseling session online. A young lady was talking to me and she said she was married for about 1.5 years. And a very good family, her family as well as the boy's family, both are very affluent people. So the mother-in-law, father-in-law are very well educated, very good people, very well behaved, very nice. They treat her very well, they take care of her, all that is there. Husband also is actually a good person that way. But she said, I'm starting to think, why did I get married? What am I enjoying here? What is there for me in this marriage? I said, why? She said, it is 1.5 years since we got married, but we are yet to form a bond, both physically and mentally, it's not there. She said, he is not available at all. He is running some video game center or something. So most of the time he is only interested in that. So she said early morning when he wakes up also it is with the mobile phone only. And he goes off, he gets ready, goes to his workplace and comes back in the night, has dinner with the phone, looking at the phone, and then comes to the bedroom and he's still looking at the phone. She says initially many times I tried to make him understand that we need to have our own life. We are newly married and there's so many things we have to think about. But he just kept telling her, he kept putting her off saying, wait, this is more important for me. I can't leave this and come. So she said after some time I got fed up and I stopped approaching him. I just used to go to sleep. So we are staying in the same house, we are sleeping in the same bedroom, but we hardly talk to each other. And he seems to be happy, he's going about his work. But she says, I have nothing to do. I feel totally empty inside. What is this marriage giving me? And I'm starting to wonder whether I should think about some other steps. So it was very difficult to advise this girl because you can't ask her to go for a divorce just like that because it's just 1.5 years since she got married and I was feeling bad to suggest that to her at all. But what other step can she take? So many people like this, they are losing the most important relationships in their life because of their addiction to social media and the phone. Both are together. So that is one very important symptom that the person is addicted. And then comes another thing is a person sometimes tries to run away from emotional stress and they use this social media for that. Supposing somebody died in the family, somebody very close to them and the grief is so much, then for that reason the person gets into this social media thing. Otherwise maybe till then it was not such a big interest, maybe he was just a casual follower. But now because the mind doesn't want to process the grief, he gets into the social media thing and then he starts drowning into it and he's unable to come out. All the time goes up only in that. So sometimes when there is some other kind of emotional stress also, people get into this social media and it becomes an addiction, because definitely that happens to them, and then they find it very difficult to extricate themselves from there. And what is the result of this kind of addiction? Of course, number one, all the time goes only in this. So that is the most important thing to think about. Whichever age you are in, whatever time you have, there are many things we can do. And if all the time goes into this addiction, there is no time left for anything else. And sleep disturbances can begin because of the social media addiction, because what happens is once a person is addicted to looking at the phone every moment, then bedtime is the time when they become more focused on this, because there's no other disturbance. Then what happens? They will never be able to fall asleep at any given time. It becomes 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., it goes on. So in the morning, the person will wake up again with the phone and with lack of sleep, and then start working like a zombie and not able to do anything, because the brain is fatigued, the brain is tired. So much of the brain energy, the mind energy goes into this social media thing, because we must understand everything that we look at, everything that we absorb, the brain is processing. Brain has to understand, analyze. So you look at the scene of an accident, sometimes the CCTV footage is shown in any Instagram or Facebook or anything, and it plays again and again. You look at it twice, thrice. Then even if you close your eyes to sleep, this will come back to the mind, and the mind will analyze. Maybe this person could have just turned a little left, then he could have avoided the accident. Maybe this could have happened, maybe that could have happened. So the mind will not allow you to sleep, because it becomes very much alert and awake because of all these inputs. And then another thing is physical problems will start coming because of the sedentary lifestyle. A person who gets addicted to the phone will not be able to engage in physical activities. It becomes because they don't want to give up the phone. Phone should be there, I should be looking at it. So what activity can you do? That's another symptom. And one more symptom is work will start suffering. A person who is addicted to social media like this will not be able to perform well. Performance will definitely get affected, because the focus is not there. And as I said earlier, the mind energy is all spent only in this addiction. So when it comes to productive work, there is less energy left for the person to use, and the brain is already tired, the mind is unwilling to work. So whatever is done also is not up to the mark. So that is another very big problem to think about when a person is addicted to social media and the phone. Now, having said all that, the stress becomes more, the physical problems are more, relationships are also broken because of this, and productivity is also less. So all this, when a person sees, he knows that, oh my God, this addiction is there, it is causing me all these difficulties. And then if he decides that he wants to come out of this addiction, what should he do? So what are the steps you can take to get rid of this addiction, overcome this addiction, and move on in life? We'll look at that now. Number one, you must set a time when you can look at social media. It can be, for example, maybe after breakfast, if you're not a working person and you do have some time, then after breakfast, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes you can allot. Then again, maybe after lunch, if you have time to relax, maybe 15-20 minutes, or if you have a lot of time, maybe half an hour, 1 hour, you can allot. Similarly, in the evening and maybe in the night. See, this, if you allot time, that this is the time when I will look at social media, not more than that, then there is a discipline. So what is required is that discipline. And then you have mobile free zones, time zones. Like for example, when you have lunch, whether you are having lunch with your family, lunch or dinner, anything, or whether you're sitting alone and eating, it doesn't matter. But the time when you eat should be a time when the phone is not near you, unless there's an urgent call, unless the phone suddenly rings. That's a different thing. We're not talking about that at all. But social media, looking at these messages, forwarding messages, posting things, all this you should not do when you're eating. So if you bring that discipline into you, then the mind also gets accustomed to it, that this is a time when I cannot use the phone, I cannot look at social media, I cannot do anything like this. So that again is very important. Third is, try to get into some alternate hobbies, like go out and play, get into some sport. Maybe you play squash, maybe you play badminton, or take up swimming, or something which you can take up as a hobby. But there are people who go for a walk and then also they take the mobile phone and keep looking at it. that will not help at all. So whatever may be the hobby, physical exertion should be there, and the mobile can be in your pocket or somewhere near you where you don't look at it, because supposing there's an urgent call, you can answer. So that way take some physical, make some good hobby which you can continue, which will give you physical exercise and also help you to come a little away from the mobile. And the fourth one, which is very important, is meditation. Practice meditation, because as I said earlier, when you keep on looking at the phone and this addiction grows within you, there's a lot of mind energy that is lost. And to replace or to rejuvenate your mind, the best method is meditation. So practice meditation, whatever you can. Listen to some guided meditations. A little time you allot for that every day, so that you rejuvenate your mind and make it a little fresh. And if all this does not work, then the last thing you can do is take some professional help, so that you can overcome this addiction and live a better life. Because of this addiction, I have seen people losing their relationships, as I explained, losing their productivity, losing their sleep, losing their health. So much is lost. So that is why it is very important that you find your own way to overcome this addiction. Let it be the social media is fine, mobile is fine, everything is fine, but everything in moderation, or only as much as is required. So think about it, overcome or get rid of this addiction and live a better life, healthier life, happier life.